Yo, what up, fam? Just out here, ripping and running these streets, trying to get a little work done. Sometimes when, I want to get out the house and I have work to do, I do, like to pull up to a coffee shop or something like that. Either, it's just a Starbucks or Brass Tacks or something like that. Someplace out here in, in the city or whatever that I could just kind of chill at and knock out some work. So, I have, a little bit of work to do, so that's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm sliding up to the coffee shop or whatever, and hopefully when I get there, I'm able to chop it up with you guys about a few things that's on my mind, particularly pertaining to AI and DJing. And I bring that up because somebody left a comment asking me what I meant when I said that I was using algorithm DJ Pro in order to source music. There's a video that I put out, and I'll link it in my bio, or maybe I'll put a card up there, depending on what you're watching on. If you're watching on a cell phone, I don't know if you can see those little cards in the corner or wherever, but if you can, it'll be there, and then I'll also put it down in the description. But they had asked me, they said what I meant by that. Now, in that video, I was highlighting 5 pieces of software that I used as a beginner DJ in order for me to create the sets that I had. The point behind the video was to take somebody who maybe doesn't have, obviously they don't have the experience because they're brand new, but they don't have the organization factor yet, right? They don't have crates built up. They may know what good records are, and maybe they've gotten a playlist. In my case, I was offered a party pretty much immediately when I started DJing. It was almost like I brought it up to somebody and was like, oh, I just picked up a DJ controller, and they were like, oh, I'm throwing a party in 40 days, you can DJ it. And I said, bet. But the point of it is to take somebody like that. For instance, me, you have somebody who's offered something, and then the person is gracious enough to, give you a playlist. So that's what I did. I took the playlist from that person. I came across the algorithm by, happenstance or whatever. I wasn't really looking for it. All I had was Serato at the time, and I don't know how I came across it. I think I just looked up on YouTube. But all that being said, I was able to pull up my playlist, and then I was able to find more music, right? And then the same way, I come across another piece of software, which is one of the 2. There was 5 softwares that I highlighted. 2 of them, one of them was algorithm DJ Pro, and then the other one was DJ.Studio, right? And I bring all of that up, right? Because I feel like it goes all the way back to artificial intelligence, right? Because that's pretty much what it is, right? I'm using AI in order to speed up a process, right? But I want to talk about how I felt about AI at first, and I kind of want to get some insight about how you guys feel about AI when it comes to DJing. And I'll give you my reasons as to why I felt one way about it at first, and then I feel another way now completely. And I'm also going to kind of loop this in with video editing, because there's a lot of similarities when it comes to no matter what it is that you do. If it's a creative kind of job or creative kind of venture, there's a lot of similarities, right? Of course, video editing and DJing is 2 completely different things, but there are a lot of similarities that cross, especially when it involves the AI. So I want to touch on that, and then I also want to answer the question, to bring it all back to me bringing up the person in their comment. I also want to answer the question of how I'm using DJ.Studio and algorithm DJ Pro in order to source music and put together sets, and not as a cheat code, not as a hack, but in order to put together sets. So I'm pulling into the Starbucks now. We're gonna go ahead, run inside, and grab me something to drink, sit down, and hopefully I can chop it up inside. I hope it's not too busy. This will be the first time I'm kind of sitting in a public place with this many people just talking to a camera. Maybe I'll sit outside for a little bit and do it, but it's kind of cold out here. So we're running in right now, and we're gonna grab some of that stuff, and then we'll bust it up about that. All right, let's do it. All right, so that definitely didn't go how I thought that it would have or should have. The coffee shop was just really loud. I bought my coffee and then I was like, it's cool, I'll just go sit outside. But that particular Starbucks had a drive-through, so it was just noisy. You could hear the drive-through person or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do this. So I decided to slide through at this Mexican restaurant that I go to from time to time and kick it here. It's usually quiet, but man, it's almost 5 o'clock anyways, but they got the TV playing. Hopefully I'll be able to improve the sound, so I'm just going to give it a shot. But even that right there, improving the sound kind of brings me to my first point of what I was talking about when it comes to using AI. I made mention that I was going to kind of compare video editing and DJing when it comes to AI. Brief backstory, and I promise you I'm getting to all, I'm gonna rope all this into DJing, I promise you I am. Brief backstory, a couple years ago, I decided to open up a social media marketing firm because I pretty much had studied the way to make content pop on Instagram, short form content. I figured out the formula when it came to editing, scripting, all types of stuff like that, because I mean, this is what I do, and I've done it for all my life. And I decided to sell it. Long story less long, AI kind of really started to come into play about 2 years ago. And a lot of people looked at it the wrong way. A lot of people were like, ooh, I'm going to use this to replace this. I can take AI and I don't have to hire a graphic designer, or I don't have to hire a video editor, right? And there were some clients that, decided to forego. But I would probably say about 80% of those clients ended up coming back. And what they found was, sure, you may be able to take a piece of footage, throw it in the AI software, and it can spit out a 20-second clip, even caption it for you. But there's just this certain touch of, I don't even know the word. There's a certain touch of creativity, maybe, for a lack of a better way to put it. But there's a certain thing that humans have that AI just can't do, right? And I'm gonna circle this back to DJing. Some of the comments that I saw was like, yo, you will only use this app if you're not a real DJ, or real DJs don't do this. Like, how are you a real DJ if you don't pick out the songs in your set? You know what I mean? And I can kind of understand where they're coming from, because I used to think the same way when it came to new editors. But then I come to realize that it doesn't matter how much software that you give somebody. If they don't have the talent, or they don't actually put the hours in or the practice in, it's not going to matter. Just because you have AI doesn't mean that it's going to replace you or do the job for you. Because I don't care what kind of DJ AI that you have. There's not a piece of DJ AI software out there that can read a crowd. There's not a piece of AI software that sees the, maybe the hood dude or the street dude in the back of the party who kind of just bopping, but he ain't really he ain't turned up yet. AI can't figure out how to make that dude get up out his seat and have a good time while still keeping the party going. That is a human thing. And that's why I say that my mindset when it came to AI shifted. At first, I was pissed off about it because, hey, I'm losing clients. But then when they started to come back, I started to realize that it doesn't matter what we do. AI just can't replace a human. I say all that to say that AI is really only as smart as we are, or as the user is, or however much information that we put into it. So I figure, why not use AI in a sense to actually speed up the process of what I'm doing when it comes to DJing? For instance, using something like a DJ Pro, even though, yeah, I could sit there and pick out my own records, but I'll be honest with you, I didn't know necessarily how to go through and pick songs in key. Or I mean, I could just, organize them by key, but then by BPM, it was just a lot. AI had that thing to where it would go through, organize them by BPM and by key, and what songs may go well with other songs due to other data that's already been put out there in the world, or in the sphere, or whatever you want to call it. So I look at it as like, this is an opportunity for me to not spend time, I guess, digging so much for records, even though I feel like that's important to do. It offered me the opportunity to not spend so much time digging for records or figuring out which order to put them in, and I could actually work more on the things that I deem necessary, like transitioning. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm able to pick, a great song after this song. If I can't figure out a way, motorcycles are loud. If I can't figure out a way to get the audience from this song to this song in a smooth way, then it doesn't really matter if I picked out two great songs back to back. You know what I mean? So I think for me, it allowed me to actually have more time to focus on what I deem to be necessary, right? And that's how I look at AI, you know what I mean? And even, real quick, to kind of go back to the film thing, or kind of to compare it to the film thing, people saying, yo, if you use something like a DJ.Studio, you're not a real DJ. I mean, that's like me sitting up here saying, like, yo, you're not a real video editor because you don't know what it's like to come from a time where you had to sit there and wait 3 hours for a piece of footage to convert just so you could edit it. It's foolish, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be mad at the new generation for coming in and having it a little bit easier. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still fundamentals when it comes to editing and fundamentals when it comes to DJing that I feel that you need to learn. You can't just gloss over that stuff. And but I know for certain the people who do gloss over that stuff, it shows in their work. It shows in their craftsmanship. So that's kind of my take on the AI situation. I'm not mad at it. I think it's, it's a tool to be used. So let me know how y'all feel about it, right? All right. All right, so I've been taking L's all day long. I'm sitting up there trying to chill at the actual Mexican restaurant, and I get done with my editing. I break out my laptop and just try and connect to the Wi-Fi, and yeah, the Wi-Fi was down. So I was just like, all right, let me try hotspot. Hotspot wasn't working, so I just decided to come on back to the crib where I know the Wi-Fi is good, all right? So it just wasn't meant to me, but we're going to get this thing figured out, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean when I say sourcing my music through DJ algorithm and also using DJ.Studio to just kind of build these sets. If you're a beginner, you know what I mean? And I think in the last clip, I was saying, pick out your own tracks. Before somebody gets in the comment section and think what I meant by like picking out your own tracks, like having a software pick out the songs that you want to play, that's not what I meant. What I meant was sequence. I probably should have said that. So I hope you know what I'm saying, y'all make it this far to the video to see that when I say that, I mean sequence. I do not mean take this software to go through and just pick out the songs that might be hits or whatever. No, that ain't what I mean right there. Anyways, let me go ahead and pick up this camera and show you guys exactly what I mean by sourcing my records when it comes to DJ.Pro. All right, so here I got algorithm loaded up, okay? Now, just for this sake right now, what I'm gonna do is algorithm has like an explore tab, right? Typically, like you guys see all these playlists that I have. Like I said, I'm very unorganized and I'm gonna clean that up, but I have all these playlists right here. I'm not even gonna dive into that. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use DJ.Pro altogether. Now, Tidal and everything has this. I am streaming through Tidal, so this is pretty much DJ using Tidal, right? All right, so and you can also source tracks on Tidal, but I think this is more fun because there's certain things you can just do on the fly. This is still a very cool software, even though I don't particularly use it over Serato for right now, you know what I mean? But let's just hop right here. So we're gonna go down to top 20 right here. All right, I go ahead and hit this little explore tab, and then I can go down to staff picks, or I can go down to top 20. So let me make sure this is turned down because I ain't trying to, do no copyright. But here we are, like that. Future, Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar, right? Let's just say people want to hear that in the party. We know people want to hear that. So go ahead and drop that in the deck. obviously right over here, you'll see that it loads up all the other songs, right? So they got Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, Type Shit, Future, Metro Boomin, Back to Back, Nardo Wick, Red Rum, Lil Demon, Future, right? So literally, I already know that I won't like that. I'll come back over here to my playlist, right? Let's just say, for instance, this is the playlist that I'm already got created for this particular set, right? I will go ahead and I will just grab this and I will drop it right in there. Literally, that's it. I'll come back over here to the side. Glorilla, thank God it's Friday. 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. She ain't got no ninja, ain't no ninja got her. All right, so got that. And then what I literally do is come on right here to my crossfader. Flick over to the other track. Boom. And it's already playing. We don't want that. But just as you see, new tracks populate. And I will literally do that. I will just go through it and be like, okay, cool. Get It Sexy. Cool. Yeah, Glow. Okay by JT. Shake That Ass by Bossman D-Lo. These are all records that is currently popping. You feel what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's just an easy and fun way to not only like get practice, because make no mistake, people still DJ events and parties with this software. So I can literally sit up here, flick back over here. You know what I mean? I got it playing, but I don't want that. But I can literally flick back over here. You know what I'm saying? Play my stuff, set high points, still practice, do whatever I got, and then bounce over and literally get my practice in right then and there. It's not just about picking out the records or whatever. You can still get the amount of practice that you want. Now, let's just say I done already did that like 150 times, right? And I'm going to go ahead and just pull up this playlist that I got right here. This party that I did last week is 132 songs. That's 8 hours worth of music, right? Got a whole bunch of music in here that I know that they want to hear, based off the, the consult that I had with them before I pulled up to the party or whatever. I will take that. I already made mention in that other video that there was a piece of software that I use in order to actually download the music. Y'all gonna have to check out that video if y'all want to see it or whatever. But I typically take that software, pull up this playlist right here, and download every single song that I got. 132 songs is pretty fast or whatever. I download that because I want the songs on my hard drive. I'm not streaming nothing. I learned my lesson when it comes to that. I had the songs on my hard drive. From there, I will go ahead and open up DJ.Studio like I made mention. We just gonna go ahead and click past that. We just gonna open up the autosave. Anyways, here we go. This is a perfect example. Actually, you know what? Let me just go ahead and open up the actual one. Let's see. Boom. Here we go. Boom. Okay, it's open. Okay, it's loading. There we go. All right, here we go. This is the actual set list, right? So pretty much what I'll go ahead and do, and just to show you guys, if you don't know, if you never used it before, you go ahead and you come down here to harmonize. And usually it's a little bit different, but I think right now I have to hit harmonize because it's already done. Go ahead, hit harmonize. It's going to go through a whole bunch of different mix combinations or whatever it wants to go through. And then it's going to pretty much, and I'll show you as soon as it get done. It's going to reorganize the tracks in the way that maybe may come out to be a decent sequence. Like, here we go. Everybody, Not Like Us, Bring It Back, Bunny Hop, Back That Ass Up, Hey Ladies. And you'll see over here, it's already, all this stuff is in key. The BPM makes sense. The BPM goes up and down. It'll even tell you like, okay, this is the energy boost. You're going from 9B to 11B. That's going to bring an energy boost. And it'll literally do this stuff. And it's cool because you can make all different types of arrangements or whatever. Now, what I do is I usually look at it. I'll gloss over and be like, okay, that's cool. Cool. Let me go ahead and export this, right? Go ahead, export it. I'm going to just walk you through the whole damn process at this point. Go ahead, export it into a playlist, a DJ set playlist. And then you want to export it to an M3 UA right? Go ahead, save it as WAV files already. Since you already have the tracks on your computer, I just do it over again. But the tracks are already local, but you go ahead and export it or whatever, and it's going to go to the folder that you have it in. It's there. I didn't actually hit export, but I've already exported it before into an M3U8 file. So now what I do is find that file on the computer, right? I'm just taking you through the whole thing. Find that file on the computer, and then I will literally drop it right here. For instance, that's it right there. It says Nikki, right? Boom. All in the sequence that it came into. Now it's already sequenced in the way that it want. You can analyze it or whatever. You see the BPMs, the keys, everything is right there, and it's already where it is. Now this is where the practice comes into play. Don't think just because you save time right there that you got it on easy mode. No. It's time for you to go ahead and dig into this crate and go through all these songs and figure out how you gonna transition from one song to the next song. The work ain't done. You're not that good of a DJ yet. Well, I'm speaking to a beginner. For me, let me just speak to myself. I'm gonna speak to myself. I'm not that good of a DJ yet to think I'm just gonna download this and walk into a set with 130 records or however many records it is and think that I'm just gonna flawlessly transition from this song to that song. No. This is where I gotta do the practice. This is where you gotta do the legwork. You gotta go through, you need to load up these tracks. You need to set your cue points. You feel me? I got cue points set, you know what I mean? So, you gotta do all that stuff. You gotta figure out what you're gonna do. And I pretty much rehearse my sets like that. And I figure, okay, I'm doing two things. I'm building a set and I'm rehearsing at the same time, right? So that's pretty much what I meant for the person that asks what I mean when I'm sourcing the music from DJay to DJ.Studio to Serato. That's what I meant. That's it. Now I know this video was long as shit, and I hope that you made it to this point. And I know I possibly may be doing this all the way wrong, but I'm being completely open and honest and transparent with you guys. This is the only method that I knew at the time, because once I figured out that I need to be mixing in key, like I told you, I ain't had no organization. So I was just going through a hip hop set list that I had downloaded. Or actually, I didn't just download the set list. I was going through Tidal, grabbing songs that I know was hits, throwing them in the playlist. Next thing you know, I got 500 songs, or songs that I like, not just hits, but I got 500 songs, and I'm like, all right, let me restructure this for the party. Instead of just picking out random songs, because I wanted to provide an experience. And when I came across that software, like I made mention, it made that easy for me. So I was like, cool, let me run with that. Now that I have, a somewhat of a, I don't want to say bad gig or a bomb under my belt. Now that I have a humbling experience, I know that ain't how it go. You need to actually be organized from the jump. You feel me? But that's not always how it goes. This is just a way, if you're new and you're in a pinch and you want to get something done, cool. And I'm not saying that I'm gonna stop using this, but I'm not just gonna rely on this every time. I'm still gonna structure my library, because structuring my crates in my library is the number one most important thing for me to do right now. This is cool after you get that. I don't want nobody thinking that I'm telling y'all, or I'm trying to spread misinformation and saying that this is a substitute for you not having good library and organization structure. Know your music, have your library. I'm learning that. You don't want to be in an event sweating. It's not cool, man. It's gonna happen to you, but don't go through it. It's gonna happen and you're gonna learn your lesson, but damn, if you can at least set yourself up for having some sort of fighting chance, it's gonna feel better than you just being out here. Cause I was just assed out. I was just like, I didn't know what to do. I was in there just every damn transition. It made it over there. I thought I could relax for 2 seconds. Nope. I was back sweating again, cause I swear to God, 3 minutes, I'm letting 70% of the record play. 3 minutes, that shit was the shortest 3 minutes of my life. I looked up and the goddamn 2 minutes and 45 seconds already been passed by, and I still ain't found another record. Don't do it, all right? Anyways, this is pretty much the end of the video. I've been before y'all long enough or whatever. I hope that this video made sense and it provided some sort of value for you. You know, maybe a lesson of what to do, or maybe a lesson of what not to do. And I don't want to say OGs, but the guys with the experience, y'all been talking to me and they've been in the comment section. If you new and you want some guys with experience, go down to the comment section. It's plenty of people in there that's about to give so much game. I promise you, subscribe to them. Every single person that's giving me this good game, I'm subscribing to them. It's so many people in there. So just go ahead, check them out. This is open forum. Say what you got to say. But take something from it. You feel what I mean? Anyways, guys, I appreciate you for taking the time to actually check this video out. If you made it this far to the end, I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate you for subscribing to me and watching me throughout this journey. It means more than you know, all right? So with that being said, it's the, what is it? It's the second day of the new year's. 2025 is here. Let's all do our thing. Let's all try our best to be great, okay? I want to wish you all happy holidays and brand new year, all right? Peace.